Good evening. I am Rahul Bhosle. I will now give you a brief on the South Asia security trends for 17 December. Gentlemen, as you well know, the Taliban has rejected the Obama War Strategy Review, which the President announced in his address yesterday. Similarly, you find that the Kabul government has been silent over the Afghan War Review so far and has not given any major comments. For Afghanistan, it is also good that we've got new guidelines for night raids in the country for coalition forces, which will definitely reduce the security the concerns of the civilians and reduce the civilian casualties. Here you find in Bangladesh, the head of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, Begum Khalida Zia, is moving to Beijing for a meeting on invitation by the Communist Party of China. The ongoing conflict, political of course, between her and the Prime Minister's party, the Awami League, has led to some major announcements from time to time, and this time the Bangla Prime Minister has castigated indirectly the people who never accept the leaders or parties. People will never accept leaders and parties who seek aggrandizement. In Bhutan, we had the National Day celebrations yesterday, and here you find that in Myanmar, the WikiLeaks expose has indicated that the country and the government was considering going nuclear at certain point of time in 2007. Nepal, the political crisis is continuing, though let's hope that there is some resolution now with the Maoists having completed their central committee meeting now. The Maoist chairman, Prachanda, or Pushkamar Dahal, he's proposed that there should be a debate over some of the issues which are still contentious, and some sort of a proposal minus has, I believe, been passed. The exact details are yet to be known. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court of Nepal has indicated that any neutral stand in the Prime Minister poll is not acceptable. However, it is also said that the Parliament is the right forum to decide on what way it should go about making the elections, and this is not a binding ruling by it, but only an observation. This should pave the way for some sort of a resolution between the political parties who have not yet decided on what the composition of the next government will be. And the caretaker government of Prime Minister M.K. Nepal continues in the country, raising lots of concerns. In Pakistan, we have the United States announcing that it wants to the Pakistan Army to commence operations in North Waziristan. Meanwhile, the political situation there is continues to be in a flux as the JUF has, which has left the federal government, has had a meeting with the PMLQ in the opposition, and some speculation is already on as to what will happen in the political spectrum ahead. But it does not appear that the situation is going to be going to that pass where there will be any threat to the government. As it appears now, the Pakistan People's Party government is likely to hammer in some sort of a coalition in case the JUIF finally decides to leave with other parties. What is, however, of concern is that they will have to hammer out certain deals which may weaken the overall government's position. In Sri Lanka, you find that the UN expert panel is likely to visit the country to meet the Reconciliation Commission. This is an encouraging development as far as on the human rights concerns being expressed by various parties in the country in the international forum. India. India now prepares to welcome the Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, who's on his way, and just after the Chinese premier has left the country for Pakistan. We have a number of deals in the offing as far as the Russian president is concerned. I believe 14 big deals are in the offing as per the media reports. And some of them, like the fifth generation fighter aircraft, would be something which will be of a long-standing strategic interest and import for both the countries. Meanwhile, the after effects of the Chinese premier's visit to the country are now being felt as analysts see that there will be no major gains as far as the political and the regional issues which were taken up between the two countries. Jammu and Kashmir visa is likely to be hammered out later by the bureaucrats, if at all. But otherwise, I think economy and trade is the main where we got to fill it. Yesterday was also a very seminal day for the Indian Air Force as the first Super Hercules transport aircraft has been handed over to it by the US. Now there is a lot of debate going on the WikiLeaks, particularly so of certain remarks made by the Congress Secretary, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. Sorry, my correction here, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who has indicated to, I believe, the U.S. ambassador that there is a major threat as far as terrorism is concerned emanates from the majority religious community. This has raised an uproar, and the opposition has been taking the Congress party to task. But I suppose that this lack of political consensus is a very dangerous phenomena in the country, and we really have to see that what can be done about it. Because to face terrorism challenges, you have to have political consensus. In Jammu and Kashmir, the interlocutors are going to begin the third round of the state after they have finished the initial report. This is what has come out of the report is not very clear, but definitely I think the situation is generally improving. The next major activity which is likely to raise concern in the valley is the keeping the schools open during the winters. Now, without adequate facilities to have the classrooms warm enough for the students to study, I think this move may again have a fallout for the government. As far as the Northeast is concerned, there were some reports of a rebel nexus which is emerging in Assam in the kidnappings which has been happening between with various groups coming together to meet the challenge. And in Manipur, the UNLF chief, Mr. R.K. Megan, his advocate has indicated to the court that his client was not waging a war against India, but only defending the right to self-defense determination, of the Manipur people per se. Now, this battle between the whether the violent terrorism being regarded as an act of which is to be condemned in law, or it is to be regarded as an act of the people to free themselves from what they can regard as enforced governance has to be understood separately. Of course, in the West Bengal, there was a serious concern with the Naxalites, killing seven forward bloc supporters, including a woman. And this issue is likely to be a very security concern in the days ahead. That's all I've got today, and we hope to keep on improving our bulletin each day. Thank you.